What's up, guys and gals? Mirror Mask here. Headed home from work. Had my GoPro with me, so I figured now would be a good time to answer one of the comments I got that wanted to know the difference between, like, a kind of a comparison from someone who's ridden a Hyosung GT250R and I now own a Hyosung GD250R. When I lived in South Korea, I rode one, not every day, but I rented one for like a week at a time. It's a good bike, don't get me wrong. You know, it's an excellent bike. And I used to have a friend, a girl who rode a GT650R, and well, the GT650R was her boyfriend's, and she had a GT250R. But the question asked in the comment was, you know, from my point of view, how would they compare? How they stack up against each other? Well, all right, the newer Hyosung GD250R is very aggressive oriented. It's very race oriented, whereas the GT250R is, you know, it's an older design, but it's more street oriented, meaning it has more of a little bit more of an upright riding position. It's not so aggressive. It has a 5-speed transmission, whereas the GD250R has a 6-speed. They have about the same top speed, about the same amount of power, you know, give or take a horsepower or two. The GT250R does have a bigger gas tank, a lot bigger, almost twice as much gas as the GD. The GD has a 2.9 and the GT has I think it's a 4.5 or a 4.7. Don't quote me on either one of those, but I think it's more like 4.5. I don't know, it's been a while since I've looked at the specs. I'm just going off memory here. Now, I'll say this, if you're like 5'9" or shorter, the GD250R is gonna be your better fit, because the GT is just the overall bigger bike. Not bigger in power or anything, but just bigger in size. The body is just physically bigger. So the ergonomics for someone, let's say you were a 6-foot rider. I had someone ask me in the comment on the last video, you know, how tall are you and would this be good for a 6-foot person? Yeah, a 6-foot person can ride a Hyosung GD250R, but they're not going to be as comfortable as like, say, the Hyosung GT250R. The downside with the GT is it's older technology. Like, it still uses, and some people may like this, it's not a complete digital dash. It has the tachometers in analog and everything else is in digital, which, I mean, I don't mind that, but some people do. Also, you know, you're talking about more advanced fuel injection on the newer GD250R. Not saying, you know, there's not fuel injection, I'm just saying it's better fuel injection. You also have a 6th gear on it, which is a good, you know, highway cruising gear. But yes, I mean, that's really what it comes down to, is how tall, you know, how big of a person are you? How big do you need the body of the bike to be ergonomics wise for you to be comfortable on it? If you need a bigger bike, go with the GT250, or if you need, you know, if you just want the amenities like aggression, ride, let me start over. If you want an aggressive riding position and you're like 5'9" or smaller, the Hyosung GD250R, man, I've done said GT and GD so many times I've tongue-tied them. The GD250R is good for small people. GT250R is good for bigger people. But as far as power goes and top speed and acceleration, they're both basically the same. You know, they're equivalent to each other. But keep in mind, you get better gas mileage on the GD250R just because you have that 6th gear. But yeah, I hope that answers your question. You know, I'm having to shoot off memory here, and I'm kind of tired. I've been working on. I do like electrical work. Me and my brother have like an electrical company, so like I stand on a ladder all day long, so I'm like exhausted right now. But yeah, I hope that answered your question. Leave any more questions, comments below, anything like that. Check out the podcast. The link for that's below. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. And oh, if you want to sign up to be a Patreon to the channel, links in the description as well as at the end of the video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm about to go home, hit the shower, and go to bed. I'll holler at y'all later. Mirror mask out. Peace.